Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us today. We will be getting on our way over here. So today we have a very special match. Looks like our second player is joined. Some pre-game trash talk is on the way here. We have David Sung and Julian Wu. David is a left pen hold player. Both players are playing with inverted rubber. We are here at the Westchester Table Tennis Center with Leon Libin as our judge. Special shout out to our sponsor, Shoe Shalfa Sports. Alright, we should be getting started here soon, getting some good warm up in here. Alright, coin toss. Seems like Julian may be getting the serve here. Looks like our champs need a little bit longer to warm up. Getting some quality loops here by David Song. You know, in the warm-up phase, when you're warming up, it's always good to throw in a couple strong shots every once in a while. You got your rhythm going, but it's always good to throw in an extra hard shot just to test out, the change of pace and how good your arm is feeling. Both of these players are sitting around a 2300 USATT level. David, of course, has a special preference for medium well-done salmon, while Julian Wu enjoys a nice blue cotton candy on a hot summer day. Say Julian, you're getting ready. Julian to serve. Our umpire is giving him the sign to start, and looks like we have begun. Alright, looks like Julian opened up with a pendulum serve and went to a quick rally.
Yeah, you're always my strongest spot.
Alright, David's serve. Goes for the forehand flick. Unfortunately, sometimes at the beginning of the game, you just need to get a little bit more into it so you can get a good forehand flick in there. All right. Looks like the forehand flick works out for Julian this time. He follows it up with a great forehand loop to the outside. Good placement there by David. It's unfortunate. The ball doesn't clear the net there. When you're at this level, you know, sometimes you see the players get a ball into the net, and you're like, man, you know, I can serve a ball without hitting the net. Well, the thing you got to look out for is that usually the players are trying to keep the ball as low as possible, because if the ball pops up on the serve, it's as good as pretty much giving the point away, because you're giving your opponent a great chance to open up on the offensive right away. Looks like David's having a little bit of a hard time reading Julian's serves. David replies with a great serve of his own. Looks like it may have been a no-spin serve there. David opens up with a soft push towards the forehand side, and he sets up his attack. Looks like perhaps Julian was anticipating a long return, but David went for the short push, and he wasn't quite able to catch that one. Julian goes for the ambitious play and opens up with a big backhand loop. Unfortunately, it doesn't connect quite well. Excellent backhand loop into the prediction. He goes for the big forehand attack after he reads the return by Julian here. Attacks to the opposite side of the table. So far, so good. It seems like both our players are quite close to each other. Score of 8-9 right now. Wow, that just barely caught up the edge there on the shorthand push. Score of 10-8 is game point for David Song. Excellent change of pace on the serve there by David. And we're going to take a short break, and we're going to go back to game 2. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, if you do like what you're seeing here, feel free to join us on our Discord app. You can go ahead and check us out on reddit.com/r/table tennis. Great discussions there. If you're a newer player, you can get great recommendations on your equipment, or if you have any questions, or you just dare to have a fun time, you can definitely find all that here. We're about to get started. Julian goes for a big forehand swing. Unfortunately, doesn't quite connect. quite a pleasant opening for David Song here. He starts it off with a 2-0 lead. Short game developed once Julian was opening up with a big forehand loop. David was waiting just for that moment when Julian went for it, and he was able to counter just quite right. David's looking up at Julian there, sizing up his opponent, looking back at the camera, trying to check out what I'm about to do. Oh, unfortunately, Julian catches the edge of the table there. It is part of the game. Excellent rally there. So far, it has been really close. We're on the score 4-4 right now. David serve. And the forehand flicks there don't seem to be really connecting for David so far. 4-5, David serve again. It is only the second set, so perhaps both players are still getting warmed up. Great backhands there. 2 consecutive backhand opening loops, and the point had been decided at that point. Great placement there at the shot. Julian goes for the attack on the opposite side of where David was standing. And David replies with his own opposite side attack. They go for the short game. Unfortunately, Julian pops up the ball too high, and David takes advantage of it, sends it right away with a big forehand loop to Julian's backhand. David gets a lucky break there. The ball catches the net, falls right over. 6-9, Julian to serve. Massive forehand loop there by Julian. David's unable to return that one. And looks like we are about to get into the meat of things here. 9-7. David serve. Alright, the pressure is really being put on Julian here. Taking a walk around, cooling himself off. Alrighty, game point. The umpire calls a let there. However, David just seems too eager to get that match point. All right, some shenanigans happened there. The ball catches the net. Of course, when the ball catches the net and bounces on the table, there's all kinds of weird spin on there. So the best bet is to go for the soft shot. But unfortunately, when Julian goes for the soft shot there, David's able to come back and finish off the shot strong, because at that point the spin on the ball has returned to normal. We're taking a little bit of a break here, contemplating our ideas. It seems like Julian's rubbing his head around a little bit, trying to think of how he will reply to David's offense. We're about to start our third game here in the National Collegiate Table Tennis Northeast Regional Championship. Julian Wu to serve. Great backhand loops there by David Song. Unfortunately, Julian Wu is there to reply with his own forehand. 1-0. Julian serve. Seems like David's a little surprised at his own self, questioning why his forehands aren't really connecting. You know, sometimes the things you do in practice don't really translate into the game as well as you hope. And that was called there by David. All right, David, you better calm down, man. Throwing around the dividers like that. It's all in good fun. I'm just messing with you, David. All right, we're getting back into the swing of things. David's gonna serve. Opens up with a fast breaking pendulum serve. Ball really accelerated there once it touched the table. David got a weird bounce on that serve. Perhaps it hit the edge of the table a little bit and popped up. Alright, 2-2, Julian serve. Both players go for the short pushes. Julian opens up with a big forehand. Unfortunately, David isn't able to really get that forehand of his to connect quite yet. But he did get that forehand flick to come in. I mean, it is the third set, so better late than never. David. 3-3. David to serve. Great forehand rally there. David inspects the ball. Seems like something might be off with it a little bit. Judge looks at it again, tells him it's fine, just go for it. They warm up with a new ball, and David's about to serve again. Julian really pulled that one out of the bag. He had to reach really far back there to grab that ball into his forehand. Plays it to the opposite side. Excellent awareness there by Julian. Attacks the far side of the table where David is not there at all. Soft push by Julian Wu, who's able to throw off David's rhythm there. Lands into the net. David's pendulum serves, though, have been really on point today. Julian popped the ball up a little too high, but sometimes that does throw you off. You know, your opponent pops the ball a little too high, and you don't really expect him to, so you're not ready to attack that kind of shot. Maybe you don't have the right balance, the form that you need to get that ball over, and you kind of whip the shot. Supercharged forehand topspin there by Julian Wu. And finally, David's able to return that one. 6-8, David to serve. Unfortunately, the serve doesn't really connect quite well. He goes for the bottle challenge serve. Seven here. Julian Wu perhaps will be able to finish up the game and get his first round on the board. There's that unexpected pop-up ball on the serve. And you don't really get to return quite often. 10-7. Perhaps Julian was a little bit too focused on his serve there. Catches the net. David Song serve. 8-10. Julian's probably contemplating a strategy at this point. How he would reply for the ball. Julian digs deep there to find his forehand. Unfortunately, David wasn't quite ready to return that one. Two to 1 advantage for David Song. We are on our way to getting ready for the fourth set. Make your predictions now. Think we're going to be going to the fifth and final set, or will David finish it out here? Also like to give a special shout out to one of our very, very special sponsors, the International Table Tennis Federation. We are about to get started here. David Song serve. Opens up with an exceptionally sharp forehand pendulum serve. Catches a quick point. David serve again. David opens up with a quick forehand loop to Julian's backhand. Perhaps it was a little too loaded on the spin. Not quite able to control that one. 0-2, Julian to serve. Opens up with a quick forehand. Looked like David wasn't quite sure what he was committing to. Perhaps playing a soft shot or go for the big forehand loop. Show somewhere in between where he wasn't really quite able to control the ball. Seems like Julian at this point might be getting a little desperate. He's going for big shots. 3-1, David to serve. Opened up with a backhand loop and set himself up for the forehand. Unfortunately, was not able to complete the game plan that he was going for there. Three to 2, now turn 3-3. Julian was able to anticipate how the ball would return if he opened up his racket angle a little bit. Plays the ball to the wide forehand side. We're 3-4, Julian to serve. Ball nicks the top of the net right there. Four, David to serve. Great forehand flick opening there by Julian Wu. Going into the forehand topspin rally. Fortunately for David, Julian is able to overpower him this time. You see Dave doing a couple of shadow swings there. Get his arm in the rhythm. Excellent shot there. Great placement by David. Plays it to the short forehand side. Julian wasn't quite able to reach that one. 5-5 here. We got a tie. It seems like every time we get closer to the end game, David's able to hold his composure a little bit longer than Julian. Julian serves here. It seems that he's not quite able to attack those balls that pop up a little high. Five, 6. Julian's going to attempt his second serve here. David looks a little bit disparaged because he's not really hitting the forehands that he's hoping for. Finally they come in. Great, 2 big forehands. One to the backhand, one to the forehand. Finishes the game. Alright, we have 7-6. David's going to serve. As we approach the end game here, we wonder if David's going to be able to hold out strong. Julian attempts a big forehand flick. Unfortunately, he catches the net and pops out. 6-8 here. This is getting a little bit more intense, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on to your seats. Alright, Julian to serve. David goes for a soft, spinny forehand loop to Julian's backhand there, and he's able to get the point. We're sitting here at 9-6. Julian calls a timeout. Now, when your back is against the wall, you always have to keep up in the back of your mind that you keep your composure. The last thing you want to do is freak out. Unfortunately, things in reality don't quite work as planned. So, although you understand that you need not to freak out, sometimes your body does get a little jittery. Practice does make perfect, so the more you compete, the more you're able to calm down your nerves. See Julian here taking a little bit of a stroll, thinking about what he's going to do. Our umpire calls time, and it looks like we're about to get on our way here. We're about to time in. 6-9. Julian Wu to serve. Plays a shovel serve. David plays the return to the forehand side. Julian was quite ready for that one. Looks like that timeout paid off because he had the game plan all set up for that point. 9-7. David to serve here. Plays his trademark forehand pendulum serve. Unfortunately, he isn't able to complete the point on that one. Seems like the forehand loops there haven't been David's strong point in this game. David really must be feeling the pressure at this point. Julian was able to catch up back from 6-9. We are out of time now. 9 points to each player. Can David hold his composure and finish out this one? If we go on to the fourth set here, perhaps Julian will be able to bring it back. Forehand, top hand rally here. David's able to overpower Julian on that point. It is game point for David right now, 10-9. Julian is about to serve. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that is game over for David. Is able to finish up that game. Overall, great spirit by both players. Thank you for our referee, Leon Libin, for umpiring the game. Thank you for the Westchester Table Tennis Center for hosting us today. I am your host, Al, and I hope you have had a magnificent time watching us today. Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys on the next one.